what was the social circumstances that pushed you away from your home and eventually your country?
هي كان الحاجات الاجتماعية اللي خلاك تيجي هنا وتيجي مع عيلتك هنا على أمريكا.
يعني الأسباب
الاجتماعية.
يعني أسبابنا خرجنا من بلادنا رحنا على لبنان. من لبنان شفنا الأوضاع مي كويسة هنيك، يعني أنا عيلتي كبيرة، يعني الوضع ما تحمل هنيك، وسجلت بالمنظمة الأمم والأمم جابتني لهم.
وليه مشيت من سوريا
مشان هالمشاكل اللي صار فيها.
So he said there's been a lot of issues in Syria, so he had to leave to Lebanon. And when he was in Lebanon for a bit, he just said the conditions weren't the best, and he has a larger family, so it wasn't sustainable to stay there in Lebanon for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when he started applying and coming here.
Correct.
يعني عيلتي كبيرة هناك بلبنان ما تتحمل، يعني عيلتك كبيرة بدك تستأجر بيت ومصاريف.
He said the cost of living and it's just living in Lebanon with big family, like 8 people, is just tough there. And he said the money wasn't quite cutting it.
So you left Syria, correct?
أنت مشيت من سوريا وبعدين على لبنان.
Okay, so in Syria, what was the social circumstances in Syria itself that pushed you from home? Because that's home, correct?
Yeah. فهو بيسألك من لما مشيت من سوريا للبنان إيه اللي خلاك تمشي من سوريا تروح للبنان في البداية؟
الأوضاع يعني كنت أنا بروح لحالي شغل، يعني بروح وارجع، بس صارت المشاكل ما أحسنت أخلي أولادي وزوجتي هنيك بسوريا من هالمشاكل اللي صارت. سحبت بعثت عليها على لبنان، من لبنان يجيبها يعني بسبب المشاكل اللي صارت.
ممكن تحكي أكثر عن المشاكل؟
إيه عادي شو.
He said there was just a lot of numerous issues in Syria. It just wasn't safe. Like I said, I used to go to work and it was fine, but when he said it wasn't safe anymore, I felt worried for my family. That's when he said I had to leave and for my family's sake to go to another place.
Okay, excellent. What do you think most, if not all, refugees have in common that other people do not recognize?
أنت في رأيك إيه بتشوف مش بس في نفسك بس في كل اللاجئين حاجة أنت بتشوفها في الناس زي اللاجئين بس ما بتشوفهاش في ناس تانيين، في أي حاجة يمكن زي قوة القوة حاجة.
فهمت عليك، يعني مثل إنه نشوف باللاجئ هون اللي قبل ما بنيجي، يعني نشوف حالنا قبل ما بنيجي اللي نشوف حال اللاجئ هون.
لا حال اللاجئ هون
يعني أمنيا مرتاح أمنيا والحمد لله أمور ماشي حالها، يعني بس هون الواحد اشتغل الحمد لله تيسرت أموره. أهم شيء إحنا نحس بالأمان هون.
حس بالأمان.
أهم شيء.
وبعدين أنت بتشوف حاجة في اللاجئين هون بتشوفها في ناس تانيين مش لاجئين
كل مين له نظرة ثانية، يعني نظرة لاجئ يعني سوري، نظرة جاي من غير دولة، كل واحد له نظرة خاصة يعني.
One big thing is just you want to have that feeling of security, and he just says that's something that's more greatly like relished, kind of like savored, by the refugees, and it says kind of like indifferent of the race. The main thing is having that safety, that sense of security. You just see like sense of security is a higher priority. بعدين من ناحية الأمانة أنت بتشوف يمكن الناس اللاجئين بيحسوا
بالأمان بس يعني أي لاجئ يحس لسه إنه ناقصه شيء، يعني
يحس إنه
ناقصه شيء يعني ما إنه يعني اسمها غربة، إحنا نعدها غربة، لاجئ يعني ترك بلده ووطنه إجا لجأ حتى إذا حش بس يحس إنه ناقصه شيء حنين للوطن. أكيد واحد هلا ينقصه شيء.
Okay. So he's saying in addition to that, so he's saying feeling that people or refugees, they have that sense of security. That's what they're kind of aiming for. Like he says, one big thing that he sees in them that he doesn't see in others is that need for the pride for their country, like انتماء للوطن
حنين الوطن يعني واحد
it's like
الأم يعني واحد ما يشتاق لأمه.
Yeah, it's kind of like that love for their country is just like they're missing their country.
So in other words, with the people who would never gone through this don't recognize that there's a complete connection and love for their country.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Cool. For you, what do you think is the hardest thing for refugees to leave behind as a whole?
بالنسبة إليك أنت بتحس إيه أصعب حاجة للاجئ هو بيسيب في بلده، أو أصعب حاجة هو بيسيب لما بيروح لبلد تاني؟
بيصير يعني أصعب شيء
أصعب حاجة هو بيسيبها.
إنه كان ربيان ببيئة وانتقل لبيئة ثانية، بده يعني تختلف الأوضاع كلها، تختلف التصرفات، تختلف كل شيء، يعني بده تنقلب عليه المعيشة 100 درجة. يعني كيف كان بده يتأقلم مع البيئة اللي هو فيها هلا. جبال بده يتأقلم، بس شوي بده شوي بكت
بده شوية وقت.
بده شوي وقت.
He's saying the hardest thing is leaving the cultural environment. Because he said you're moving to a whole other environment, it's completely different, and it takes a while to get used to because everything's different. He says, the people are different, the culture is different, even interacting, obviously the language is different, and he's saying it takes a while, so you kind of do it step by step. It takes a while to kind of get used to and acclimated to the new environment, but the toughest thing is that environment change.
For you, is there anything specific for you personal that was really hard to leave behind?
وانت عن نفسك كان في حاجة صعبة قوي انت كنت لازم تسيبها؟
وين هنيك؟ لا.
ايوه هناك.
سبنا كل شيء هنيك، سبنا الأهل، العائلة كلها هنيك، العرض كله، سبت شيء ثمين على قلوبنا، شيء ما يتقدر بثمن.
He said, well, we left everything. Everything was left behind. And he said it's priceless because you're leaving your friends, you're leaving your family, you're leaving your parents, you're leaving everything behind, and you're moving somewhere completely new. So he said it's hard to put a price on it. And he also mentioned the country.
Yeah, definitely. What has been the biggest frustration or disappointment since you began your journey?
ايه كانت أكبر حاجة من الإحباط لما جيت هنا، أو يعني أوحش حاجة لما جيت هنا؟
انصدمت.
الإيه؟
انصدمت.
صدمت؟ من
يعني يعني مرضى، يعني سابتني حالة نفسية، ضليت شهر يعني اكتئاب من كل شيء، يعني شيء يتغير عليك، لا تعرف حدا، البيئة مو بيتك، اللغة ما بتعرف يعني تتعامل مع أي واحد بالشارع، ما تعرف تحكي، ما بتنزل بالشارع، ما حابس حالك ضمن البيت. يعني قلت لك شوي
أخذت قد إيه وقت؟
يعني شيء 3-4 شهور اشتغلت.
أيوه.
بس اشتغلت يعني يعني كان عندي حسرة بأجار البيت، بس اشتغلت الحمد لله، كنت أنا وزوجتي إيد بإيد ونأمن أجار البيت، ارتحت. يعني كنت أفكر كيف بدي أمن أجار البيت بس.
You're saying the biggest disappointment was just the sudden change, the suddenness of how it was going completely different. There was the big impact hitting him in the face. Now he was saying, just everything was completely different. He said, came in here, first few months it was just a big weight because again, different language, different people, didn't know anyone, hard to interact with people in the streets, couldn't really do that. And I asked him how long did it take before that started to get a little bit better. He said about 3-4 months. That's when things started to get better. And he said the main kind of shift was when he started working. That was a big thing. And also being able to pay for some of his rent and stuff, that was a big change.
On the other hand, what was the biggest positive surprise or unexpected thing that has happened to you since you began your journey?
بعدين من الناحية التانية ايه كانت أحسن حاجة لما أنت جيت هنا؟ أحسن حاجة أو أكتر حاجة إيجابية لما أنت جيت هنا؟
أولادي، المدارس، هاي يعني شوية شجعتني إنه أستمر مشانهم، يعني
من ناحية إيه في المدارس؟
مشان تعليمهم المستقبل.
He said the biggest positive thing was his kids. So when he's coming here, his kids, he just felt it was good for their future, their career, getting them in school. He said felt good about getting them in school because it'll set them up good for later in the future.
Excellent. Are they speaking English yet?
ما بيتكلموا إنجليزي دلوقتي؟
لا الحمد لله.
الحمد لله.
Quick.
بسرعة.
Okay, so who or what group has helped you out the most? It could be an individual, it could be a group.
وبيحكي دلوقتي مين like في أي حد أو أي منظمة أو أي حاجة ساعدتك كتير لما جيت هنا؟
المنظمة هلا هي اللي أنا فيها الحمد لله وقفوا معي.
وأي حاجة تانية أو حد شخص أو عيلة أو أي حد. So yeah, mainly the RST, like the organization there that really helped out.
Okay.
I followed up was, is there any specific individual maybe from outside the organization? He said no,
Okay.
mainly the organization.
Excellent. Well, I'm glad they are. In a much more grandiose question, what is your biggest hope?
إيه أكبر موضوع الأمل عندك؟
أرجع للوطن.
Going back home.
Of course. I understand that. I understand.
glad ما كنت بقول.
So, and that's basically all the questions. But is there anything from your experience that you think we should know that better makes somebody else understand what it means to be a refugee, what it means to be somebody who has been displaced from home?
هو بيسأل هو كده كل الأسئلة خلصنا الأسئلة بس في عندك أي حاجة تانية أنت ممكن عايز تحكي عليها أو أي حاجة عشان تفهم الناس على قصتك أنت أو قصة اللاجئين أو ناس جايين من سوريا أو أي حاجة
شو يعني؟
أي حاجة يمكن عايز حاجة عايز الناس تفهمها أو في حاجة أنت شايفها الناس مش فاهمينها.
احنا اللي اهم شيء عندنا يعني هلا انه الحمد لله مش لهم بس ان اللغة صعبة معنا بس انه يعني ما تحسن يعني احب اريد اتعلم شوي بس ما تقدر تحسن تترك شغلك وتتعلم يعني منك شغلك عشان تأمن مصروف اولادك واجار بيتك بدك تدرس تتعلم اللغة تخسر اولادك مصروف بيتك لحقنا العمل وتركنا الدراسة يعني أنا أحب إنه أتعلم لغة بس الظروف ما تسمح لي. أي لاجئ مو بس أنا أحكي على أي لاجئ لحق الشغل مشان يأمن الأولاد والسكن.
إن شاء الله موضوع اللغة تحسن شوي بشوية مع الناس
المعاملة
مع الناس. Saying the biggest thing I take for granted is like the language. Language is very difficult. He said I'd love to learn English, but it's tough to learn English because to learn English you have to like go take courses, and to take courses you have to choose between working and getting money or taking the English courses and learning the English. And he says it's hard to do that, to make that sacrifice because yes, I want to learn English, but I want to also make enough to support my family. And he said I can't leave this one because that's the main priority. So ideally, hopefully, I could learn the language along the way. And I was saying, yeah, hopefully, like you will, maybe also from work, you pick it up. And he said, yeah, like I'm hoping to do that, pick it up a little bit. And again, just interacting with people helps out with learning the language. And one other thing, and he said, yeah, that's something that he sees with not just me personally or anything, but he says he sees it with a lot of refugees, the language.
Okay, cool. Your children will help you too with the language.
He said, أطفالك وأولادك هيساعدوك في اللغة برضه.
Good. Well, that's it. Do you have any questions for me?
هي دي كل الأسئلة. أنت عندك أي أسئلة لي؟
No?
شرفنا بمعرفتك.
So he said it was a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you. Likewise. I'm very appreciative because you give my work meaning in many ways. So your voice is the spirit of my artwork. So
مبسوط فعلا بيك وأنت مقدر هو أنت واخد من وقتك أنت عشان تيجي هنا ويقول أنت فعلا بتساعد عشان حاجات في الفن يبقى ليها معنى وبتساعد الناس.
محل شغلك.
to do that. You can stop that.
نقول كانت دولة يعني مبسوطين قد ما تتصور يعني حي بسيط يعني احنا قرى ضياع ريف يجوز ما تسمع بالريف يعني بسيطين آمنين. تروح على الأرض تاكل تزرع مش بدك تزرع ما تحتاج شيء. ما عملت لك خبز والفرن جاهز بحد بيتك، تروح تجيب على كيفك، ما حد يقول لك وين رايح وين جاي. وأسعار بسيطة يعني.
خلينا نترجم شوية. He was saying, yeah, like back home, he was saying we're living the best of life before. Everything was so safe, everything was great. Like said, he was coming more from a farming background. He said everything, you know, you dig up, you grow, you eat from it. You know, you take from your own things that you plant, you reap what you sow, and everything you know, you go to the bakery, you pick up the bread, and you enjoy it with your family. He said you go out in the streets, everything was safe. He said you could even, like, you know, sleep in the streets and you feel fine, you feel safe. You know, you don't even see police that often. But he's saying, you know, now there's been a lot of issues, a lot of problems where it's no longer safe to do that. So you can't like go anywhere, you can't cross the street without seeing border patrol or seeing security. He said, yeah, with my kids, it was just so simple. You know, just I could have time with my kids. I could feel safe. They could run around. I don't have to be worried about them. But he said that's changed a lot.
يعني شعب بسيط، شعب مسالم، شعب يعني ما بيروع منه، وبلد حلوة. بس قلت لك صارنا كم الحمد لله قلت لك من منطقة لمنطقة المنواق ولا هن عندهم ولايات هي.
أيوة.
ما بتشوف حاجز على الطريق، ما بتشوف بوليس على الطريق.
أيوة.
يعني أمان يعني وين ما بتروح ما حد يقول لك وين رايح وين.
He said it's such a peaceful, beautiful country, and there's beautiful people. People that are very peaceful. And he just said, again, you don't have to worry about anyone else. You don't have like bad thoughts about anyone else. He said, like coming here, you know, there's a lot of states and stuff like that, and between each state there's kind of like not borders, but there's kind of set lines. That there it's just very open, and once again, like you go there, it's you don't have to worry about any border patrols. There's no crossings. You just roam freely. Until now, when there's like been issues and problems happening, you can't do that anymore.
Yeah. It's sad. It's very sad. So,
بيقول حاجة حزينة جدا فعلا.
ولا يحطوا الحق على الدولة. دولتنا آمنة ومسالمة.
And he's saying like, yeah, like don't like visualize like something wrong with the country. It's not the country. Like the country wasn't at fault because the country is very peaceful. The big thing is help them out.
فوق القربة يجي عليه ضغوطاتين يصيبوا إحباط نفسي.
Help out the refugees. They're very simple. They're peaceful. They have good intentions. Help them out. He said the big thing is like they have a lot of things that he's responded to before. He said there's a big sudden impact. There's big sudden like not like frustration, but like it's just tough situation to live in. And you know they don't need more pressure on them.
Correct.
Just help them ease that.